The International Monetary Fund has called on the federal government of Nigeria to reduce its debt by focusing on increasing the tax basket and compliance as a means of generating revenue to cut borrowing. The fund, in its latest Fiscal Monitor titled "On the Path to Policy Normalisation," released yesterday, noted that Nigeria's debt is projected to continue to rise and urged the government to remove few subsidies and direct them towards health and education. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, last week said Nigeria has secured a World Bank facility worth $800 million as the first tranche of palliatives to cushion effect of a planned removal of petrol subsidy by June. Well, the loan document revealed that the facility agreement, which was signed by both parties, comes with a commitment tranches rate of about 0.5% per year and a service charge of 0.75% per year on the withdrawn credit balance, as well as the interest charge of 1.25% per year on the withdrawn credit balance across 25 years. With you, Kasimo, IMF is asking Nigeria to increase the tax basket as a means to cut borrowing and also to generate revenue. What does this mean for the economy? Oh my. Okay, Ambrose, let me come to you in the studio. We will head to Zoom later when we're ready.
Yeah, actually, for me, it's a suggestion that yes, for you have borrowed much and your debt service or your debt commitment is high for Nigeria. It's an advice so that you can generate more internal revenue, so that you can less depend on this borrowed funds, so that you can also manage what you have. But don't forget that in Nigeria, for me, tax in different level has really hit businesses. And if you want to start the same business you want to start today, for me, I think the government should look inward here. Yes, it's good to take advice, but not the way they advise you. You already know that there's tax burden on some company. What you need that open new areas where you can get also new businesses that tax can be. Let's, for example, look at your oil sector. What are all the tax system there? Look at it very well. The telecom. Recently, you saw that there was a kind of tax council for on the data and core. Right. You know, there's something that you look at. You can't double tax people or multiple tax on them. Look at what to do. But another thing that at the end of that meeting, look at also that the World Bank also pushing for interest-free loan. Then interest-free loan is it for those countries that have not commitment with World Bank before now, or those that are able to pay up what they have and get that? Because this thing, for me, when I saw that, I said I plan to have a policy normalization so that we go back to policy losing the intent of tightening. If you are going to normalize, that means you are reducing your interest rate so that the world economy will come up. Because I tell you now, most of the economy is strong because of what high interest rate. If you are encouraging them to start coming normalization, it means that how they get funds. Now the same World Bank is pushing for interest-free loans. Which country will qualify for that interest-free? That's what we're looking at this point. And because also we have collected almost 800.
Don't forget the rate of, the cost of borrowing has gone up. So does Nigeria, qualify for that? That's
I think that look at also the one who have borrowed. How are we using it? That is very important. For example, now World Bank had approved about $800 million dollar for us to use to manage our first removal. And if we look at all the population of Nigeria today, and what the statistics will have, what the data that this money will be directly used to reduce the burden or the impact of subsidy removal, let's think that our managers, economic managers, should sit down and see how not just using the number of borrowing people that are poor, indigent, and all those language for me, they used to deceive Nigeria. Who are the indigent? What do you use to know that these are statistics you have? Why do you know? For me, I believe that I'm thinking that let me just land it for, because we have about 800 million. What's the population of Nigeria as a whole? Let's come there. We have about 200 million Nigerians before we're now looking to do another figure. We have already 800 million. That's almost 4 times what the population of Nigeria. And you are thinking of coming to get us buses that will help us because of the all states will have buses, free buses, or a lesser cost for movement, for transportation. I know that transportation is a key ingredient in terms of economic activities. Let's think outside of transportation. From this 800 million, what are we doing? Because I see this is a huge fund to be utilized effectively, so that at the end of the day, the incoming government will see what they want to do. Because I tell you, this government is almost going out, and such fund is coming. Some fund is coming. Another government is coming.
Try to wrap it up so that I can go
to marry this. I believe that I think this is the time for the economic managers to sit down and see what to do. So at the end of the day, These subsidies will not cause a harm to the economy, but after we are borrowed and we're not seeing part on the economy, I think that's the area we're going to balance it. Not just the interest rate. What you are borrowed is impacting the economy. I will make use of all the money I borrowed to move forward as a nation. I think this is the area I'm concerned.
Okay, let me go to Kasimu. Why borrow $800 million US? I mean, why increase tax again when, of course, there's already an arrangement for $800 million on ground? Talk to us about this. It looks like...
Well, talking to you, I don't support increasing tax rates.
Yes.
Because we have already signed the African Free Trade Zone. If we increase tax, our company will leave Nigeria, go to Ghana, go to our neighboring country where they pay less tax. Even in Europe, the tax rate is lower than what Nigerian is charging. Remember recently they increased police tax rate, education tax rate, so many tax to us. Please, there is no need to increase any tax rate. What we need to do is to bring those who are not in the tax bracket. There is a lot of business going on without paying a dime. Bring them back into tax bracket and ensure that they pay the tax. Okay. That's all we need to do. So in the other side, the government must be very, very careful. Yes, we need to borrow 800 million because of two reasons. If you want cars, we don't manufacture cars here. Where are the foreign exchange to import the one to subsidize? So you need foreign exchange to borrow to import more cars to subsidize before you start benefiting from the oil subsidy. We know the trillion have been spending on subsidizing the oil. So whatever we borrow, we'll recover it from the subsidy it cut off.
All right.
So we need immediate relief now before you start implementing the subsidy cut off.
Okay. So why borrow when you can increase tax, and why do you need to increase tax when there is, money allocated already?
You increase tax if there is profit. So where is the profit before you increase the tax?
Okay. So let's go to. Okay. Let's go to Oladipo now. Your final take on this matter. Hello, Mr. Oladipo. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Oladipo? Okay, I guess it's still not connected yet. Okay.
We are hearing him.
Okay, can you hear you? Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Let's have your take. Let's have your final take on this.
Yeah, the government needs to increase tax. Just like what Malakubi said, you just need to expand the tax bracket and bring a lot of people into the bracket. If you look at currently what we are going through in the country, the current inflationary pressure is more on supply side than the demand pool. And if you try to increase tax, what that will mean is that the prices of products in the market will actually surge higher again. It also means that we will also encounter further increase in inflationary pressure. So it doesn't make sense for us to say it's about the time for us to actually start increasing tax when we have not fully exhausted the opportunity of bringing a lot of people in the tax bracket. If you do an analysis of the number of people that are actually currently in the tax bracket, I doubt it's up to 5% of the whole population. So the government needs to find a way, a subtle way, and a process that will be in place that will further actually bring a lot of people into that tax bracket, and at the end of the year improve the revenue generation